So, good evening, guys, and welcome to OTL Season 4, another Monday night instalment. It is round 9, and tonight we head to Canada. Let's get a quick rundown of exactly how the championship stands, because it is very, very close at the top. Mr. Rage leads the way in the championship on 171 points, but Mike there in P2 on 170. Only 1 point separating the two drivers after 8 races. So, very, very close indeed. Then we've got Nelly, only 20 points adrift, so Nelly is not out of it at all. 1 win and a bad result for Rage and Mike, and it could all swing. Mikey on 139, he should not count himself out the fight just yet either, as is Nude Potato on 38. Chubby Slug, if he could maybe get a victory and some of the guys score out as well on 127 and 6th, he could maybe have a chance. Then we've got Rob Wilson 119, he's tied with Ryan Sam on the same score. F Lewis and P9 on 119. 97, sorry. ENTXJ P10 and 94. Kristaps P11 and 77. Connor P12 on 66. And Mick P13 on 63. SPW P14 on 61. Fingers P15 on 58. Pedro P16 on 55. Shiv P17 on 53. Ranger P18 on 46. Scammer P19 and 39. Dixie P20 and 37. Nick 21 in the championship on 23. And we have Mitch 23rd on 12. No Schlee back yet either. In terms of the constructors, McLaren got a 12-point advantage at the moment over Red Bull. They're on to Pedro. Oh, let me just find out. So, we were just clarifying out some drivers. Hope everybody is here. Good evening, Rob. It's good to see you. Just make sure that is all down. Good evening, good evening. So we wait on a couple of more drivers getting in, and we'll have some more in the chat. Evening, Mr. Rage. Good evening, Kristaps. It's a pleasure to have yous. Mr. Rage, none of last week. It's a new week, a new you. Let's get Red back in the game. No. 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 Come on. I don't recall anything. Well, that's maybe the best way to be, Rage. My cat's just made me pull my plug out the wall. So, 18 drivers strong. Who are we missing? Pedro and Schlee being our only two. Or Pedro and Mitch, possibly? I think it could be Pedro and Mitch. Good evening, Jake. Good morning, Mitch. Mike, sorry. Bloody hell, I'm so bad for that. Mike and Mitch. It's probably the two hardest names I've ever had. I hope you're all doing well, gentlemen. Mike, I read that like you were my child as well. Really struggle to push without spinning. You know the tip then, Jay? Do you want to know my tip? Evening, Mikey. evening, Mick. Good evening, good evening. The tip is, don't push. Everybody's going to get about 20 penalties anyway. So as long as you just stay in the tray, don't fight. Well, obviously if there's a blatant overtaking opportunity, you're going to take it. But if you don't push, yeah, people will get penalties, man. Jack Stegel says it's a long... Oh, Glowsticks is in the room. Jesus. He's back. Slow and steady wins the race, Jay. Slow and steady. So, full grid. We will get on to back to normal format this week. No sprint format, so short qualifying. 50% race. I think it's about 36 laps at Canada, there or thereabouts. Could be on par with Monaco, maybe even on 39. It's a long one, I know that. So, the battle at the front. Nelly is here, although loaded up with the flu, I think. So, he's maybe just looking to score any form of points. The battle between Mike and Rage, I think, will continue. And SAF1 Nadeem, he's pretty quick. Good to see Nadeem have an impact at the front. Good evening, Chris. Good to see you in the chat. Is he waiting, Dixie? Dixie, pick your tyres, you big dope. There is no change. There's always one guy. Tonight it was Adam. Shocking. So, we will get to Canada nice and dry. How you doing? Well as well, Scammer? Thank you very much. I'm doing good. I'm doing very, very well. So, Mr. Rage from Mike from Nelly, they'll be the three guys that we're interested to see exactly where they go in qualifying, but don't underestimate Mikey and Nude Potato. I know Con goes well at Canada, he's got some good pace, so he could be in the fold for pole position here. Chris out scouting strategies, I like this, it's a good idea. So Con out on the medium tyre. He will probably go to starting the soft, so this is just a sighter lap. First one out. Mick's just a reserve here, Jock, so just depends. So ENTXJ will jump through. Oh, and I think that was SPW in the Alpine. And Jay is going to be our first man to get on a lap. So Jay opens up, we'll go on board into turn 1. You want to attack the curb there into one, he can definitely find a lot more time. He'll drift a bit wide, smooth on the power on the exit. Then into the first gains, turn 3 and 4, all over the curb on the inside, but that's going to pick up an invalidation, so that'll be that lap away for now. Let's go to Con as he comes steaming through turn 3 and 4 and also picks up an invalidation, and that could be the theme of the day. What's going on here? Yes, I know. Jay was talking about Sundays. Adam, if you're in the party with Nick, you want to tell him to get off that intermediate compound tyre. That is, if my game's not showing the right thing there, then I apologise, but he cannot be doing that when people's on hot laps, mate. It's just dangerous. So let's see how Matoman is getting on. And there he's checked up a driver straight away. So Ranger sets the time thus far. 109.5, the benchmark time of 112.2 for SPW. Let's watch Sister Act. After, so Chubby Slug lost a lot of lap time. Let's see how Mike's getting on, he's invalidated. Shiv does a 10.7, goes into P2 at the moment. We've got ENTXJ coming into the last sector, we'll stay with the Alfa Romeo man. So where is Jay going to go? Nice and aggressive through that last chicane. Right up nice and close to the wall of champions. To the line he goes. It's a 110.2 on that medium compound tyre. 3/10 off con. Who's that? It's Mr. Rage coming down the back straight. Kristaps getting a bit of toe off a Skarma there. See how Kristaps gets on. He's showed a good turn of pace recently as Mr. Kristaps V, so it'll be interesting to see. Smooth out the last corner. It's going to be somewhere in the low 10s. It's a 10 flat for Kristaps. And we get on board just as Green Fingers goes round. So let's go with our championship leader through the first sector. A little bit of an oversteer moment. Gets on the pivot. DRS open up towards the bridge. You want to be braking just under the bridge. Then tuck it up all over the curbs and he picks up an invalidation. That'll be the lap gone for him. Let's see Nadeem, one of our reserves. Again, another driver with some strong pace. He can mix it very well. Mike now a 9.3 on the medium compound tyre. So Mike has laid down the gauntlet to guys behind. And nicely through the last chicane there, Nadeem. Let's see exactly where he goes. Can he put the pressure on? P7, 10.2 for Nadeem. Mr. Rage on his medium compound tyre. He's just coming through sector 1. Let's see Dixie out the last corner. Canada's been a notoriously better track for Adam. It's an 11.7 at the moment, and Matt slots in behind an 11.2. Mr. Rage coming up to the chicane, the hairpin now, to come down that long back straight. Is it the back straight? Yes, it is the back straight. DRS will pop open. And the last chicane is so much lap time to be won or lost here. It's, do you dare to be aggressive to get the lap time or lose the invalidation? And that's Rage right on the limit there, as good as you could probably be out the last corner, and this is going to be close from Rage's P3, a 9.5 on that medium compound tyre. Just pipped at the moment by his teammate by half a tenth. Ranger a 9.5 on the soft compound tyre. Let's see how Nick's getting on now. He's out in the medium compound tyre. I expect Nick to be right up there. Definitely close to top 5. And he gets a little bit understeer there, but picks up the throttle nice. Down towards the hairpin. Gets a very good exit out the hairpin there, especially in that medium compound tyre. Let's watch him down the back straight. Guys doing their best to stay well out of his way. He's going to have a car ahead. He sees him, he pulls out the way also. Good man, ENTXJ. Into the last chicane now comes good commitment there from Nick, and I think Nick's right on the line here to be right on the money. It's P9 a 10 flat for Nick, so he's right in that midfield. And look at the aggression out the first couple of corners. Is Nick going for a second run here? I think he might be. I think Nick's on the pad as well, so Canada not the easiest track. He's a 10th up already through the first corner, or the first sector I should say. And that is an on the limit lap here for Nick. He's just got to get through the traffic. So down at the back straight, can Nick improve in his second lap around on the medium compound tyre? He's going to get a little bit of a tow here from Nelly, not too bad, might find him a bit. Nude Potato now goes to a 9.1 on his soft compound tyre, but Nick through the last corner again, nice and aggressive, gets on the power, using all of the track he possibly can, and Nick goes to P3, it's a 9.5 on the medium tyre, finds 5.5 tenths, and I thought he would be right up there, and he could be a big factor in this championship, could Nick, if he can just start to string the performances together. Let's see Nelly though. Oh, we get on board. Nelly seemed to have some lift off oversteer there. So 20.2 sector 1, you probably want to be somewhere close to the low 20s, high 19s. Guys, if you're watching the stream as well, please do hit that like button. Even share it with a friend. So Nelly just not settled in his lap at the moment, although fair play to any guy that gets comes on and does this under the weather. So big respect to Nelly. Glow sticks have returned the magazine P14, and it's an 11.0 for glow sticks. Adding in a few laps, 4 laps now on his medium compound tyre. Looking very steady. F. Lewis, one of our only men not to set a lap. Just in the background there we see Nick retiring from the session, so he's going to be starting on that medium compound tyre, P3 best, as we stay with F. Lewis. Into the last chicane he goes, nice and committed. DRS open, keep the car nice and to the right hand side of the track, get the best drive you can, and it's P17 for F. Lewis on 11.6. SPW now, getting ready to get on a lap. Our 2 championship protagonists still in the pit at the moment, so I think they're either committed to the medium compound tyre or they're just going to sit in the box and wait to see how the session plays out. They may go out in the softs prepared to bank the lap and then just get out it, but that depends on how late they can get out of the session. SPW looking nice and tidy through sector 1, DRS will pop open, glow sticks retires from the session. I think that's in the pit, so he's had enough at the moment. Into the middle chicane of the lap. Nice and tidy from SPW. He's going to be somewhere in the 41s, I think, for sector 2. He is, it's a 41.2, he's a tenth and a half up. Last corner though is where I think the lap time we won and lost, gets a very good traction zone out of that hairpin. Down the back straight it goes, the biggest, the main DRS zone. This is probably the scene where most of our overtaking opportunities arise in the race. Into the last chicane, again, is on the limit as you dare, and he picks up the invalidation there. And that will be his lap over. Who do we have? How is Chubby Slug getting on? He's way down in his lap at the moment. I think he's on an in lap. Kristap's invalidated. Shiv up in sector 1, let's stay with him. I know he's on the longer run. Hope Nelly can get himself some good points tonight, and even though under the weather he's committed to trying to keep himself in this championship fight, so Dixie now out in the softs. Where else do we have anybody on a lap? Ranger, how's he getting on? Ranger is on a lap. This will be his last run, I think. Go on board now with the Mercedes man into the last chicane. Oh, and he hits the wall hard. That'll pick up an invalidation, and he was committed. It was a 9-1 for Ranger as well. It would have put him pretty much level with Nude Potato, but look at that. Nude Potato went to the medium compound tyre. Are he still on the medium? Are they going to go again? Is Nude and Mike happy to let it be? So let's go further down. Rob Wills on an invalidated run. It's a track, but it's just tricky. Dixie now on his run on the soft compound tyre. A car ahead. He needs that car to hold up. Ranger gets nice and out of the way. And that was nice there from Adam in that middle chicane. Keep it nice and tidy now with the hairpin. Now, last chicane to navigate for Dixie. This will be his lap of the session unless he can squeeze another one out. He's committed through the last chicane. Nicely does it. Keep the car poker on the right hand side of the track, and it's a 10.2 for Dixie. Finds 4/10 of a second. Gets himself up to P14. He may go on another crack, but let's see what's happening out front. Mr. Rage out on an outlap on that soft compound tyre, as is Mike. Nude Potato just heading out. Nadeem spun the car. He may be beached. No, he's not beached. Mikey a couple of tenths up coming down the back straight, so he's about to be the first man to set his last lap of the session, and Mikey carries a lot of speed on entry. He just gets the front of the car hooked up. Can he find any time? He does. He finds half a second, goes on to the front row of the grid. It's a 9.3 now for Mikey. Where else do we have drivers setting lap time? Skarma's a little down. Let's see how Rob Wills is getting on. This is his second bite at the cherry, as his first one in this tyre was invalidated. How committed is he at the last chicane? We've seen a lot of guys tuck it up nice. Gets the DRS open to the line. Can Rob Wills find any improvement? He does. He goes to P4 now, right beside his teammate, second row of the grid. Guys finding lap time anywhere. Rangers is over. Chubby Slug, I thought Mr. Rage was just going to finish his lap there, but he's not going to get it. He's just on an outlap. Sorry, who's this on the back straight? Who is it? It's Nude Potato, but he's just on an outlap, so where is Dixie? He's well out of the way. Nelly picks up an invalidation in turn 1. Fingers is invalidated. Let's see Mike, the man in P2 in the championship, a little down sector 1 compared to the medium compound tyre, remember, so that's interesting. DRS open. We've got a whole stream of cars coming down that back straight. I hope none of them are on a lap trying to navigate the traffic. I think F. Lewis was on a lap coming down that back straight. I don't know if traffic's caused him any issues there. DRS will come open. Can F. Lewis improve any time? He is going to. He goes to P16, finds 1.1 seconds in the end. It's a 10.4 in the medium compound tyre. Nelly is way off his lap time, but how is Mike getting on? And what's Rage doing? Rage coming through the last corner. He looks set to get the lap on the board. He is in P7. Is Mr. Rage going to take pole position? He does. He goes on to pole. It's 7/10 of a second and Mike gets out of the lap. He's not interested. He's had enough. Let's see Con. Is Con going to take it off? No, he is not. So they guys want to start the race on the medium compound tyre. Mr. Rage, P7 wasn't enough for him, so he chose the soft compound tyre. He goes on to pole position, but not the optimum strategy for the race. So it's all to play for Mr. Rage. Nude Potato P2. Bag shown there for Mikey P3. Mike P4, Rob Wills 5, Christoph 6, Nick 7, Ranger P8, Chubby Slug 9, ENTSJ P10, Nadeem 11, Ryan Sam 12, Scammer 13, Shiv 14, SPW 15, Dixie 16, F-Low 17, Nelly 18, Glowsticks 19 and Fingers down there in P20. Right at the end there, Mr. Rage getting into the 108s and takes pole position. And of course extends that championship lead by 1 more point. So bear with me chat till I make myself a refreshment for the race. I will be back. So we are back, chat. Insane entry speed. It's bonkers, Chris. But that's how there's so much lap time, because track limits are a funny thing, we all know in Codemasters games, but you can really abuse them in the last chicane, but there's only like one line to get it right. If you're not getting that line right, you're going to pick up very much a lot of penalties come the end of the race. But if you can get yourself into a rhythm in that last corner, oh, you become a very, very hard guy to catch. So Mr. Rage leads the way. He of course on the soft compound tyre. It's looking very, very dull, so that just may play into the soft's favour a little bit. Let's actually have a look, because I think was Con actually on. So that's interesting. I thought Con was on the medium compound, but he's not. So Mike, a lead man on the mediums in P4. The cooler conditions, which is clear because it's dull, is probably going to help the soft tyres out just a little bit. But the medium tyre will come into its own about lap 5, 6, and you'll really see the soft tyre start to go the other direction. So it's about the early gap. How much are you willing to push? Canada, again, another track, the ERS recovery is not that great, so once you spend it, it's gone. So you need to be quite decisive. So my favourite for the race, I'm going to go a punt. I think Con wins today. Somebody different, he's going to get that stripe, but we'll see. So they are all now taken over by the game. They will get filtered into their box in OTL Season 4 Round 9 Canada. Will get set to get on the way. We'll go on board with Fingers as he pulls into that slot. Now we'll go to Rage and Watch from afar. That's a nice angle. Let's go to position changes off the start. In OTL Round 9 Canada, I'll have 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and they're away, and it seems to be quite an even start from our front row. But look at Mike in that medium compound tyre in the McLaren. He got much better launch on us. Big contact further back. I don't know who that was, but they get slammed into the wall with ferocious fashion, and this could be an early safety car on the race. I would be amazed if that car is still driving. It is. So Mr. Rage has managed to break through. Mikey P2, Con 3, Mike 4, Nick's got up to P5, Christop 6, ENTXJ managed to get up to P7, Ryan Sam up to P8, SPW from P15 has somehow got himself to P9 on the grid. Let's look further back down, we'll see what's going on. SPW now putting all drivers under pressure. He's trying to go through on the inside of Ryan Sam. ENTXJ just a little further ahead. He's now a bit more tentative. He's going to sit in behind that now. ENTXJ going a little bit wide. Let's look further down. Dixie lost a position. What happened? Oh, it was Matoman. Matoman was the driver that was in the wall. He had that big contact. Not quite sure exactly what went down. Ranger YouTube as well, I think, involved in that. I think these guys are going to need to pit. We see Fingers now making a move in glow sticks, and he'll sit into the toe of Dixie. Now will he pull to the inside? He'll go to the inside of Dixie on the soft compound tyre. Down the inside he goes. And that's a position gain there for Green Fingers. Further up we've got Kristaps and ENTXG. Kristaps getting through and the train begins to form. So Matoman into the pits, and I tell you, a pit stop at Canada for a wing change is hurtful as anything. You need a miracle to get back into the race. A safety car is the only thing that's going to allow you to recover, because you're almost half a lap down by the time you get out the pits. So Mr. Rage at the moment getting himself outside the DRS window, and Mike having to use a little bit of energy to stay onto the back. But again, that's maybe just the medium tyres taking a bit in the duller conditions just to switch on. As my audio gets potentially bugged there, that was horrible. Skarma now and Rob Wills having a bit of a battle. Rob Wills had a bit of a moment there. Let's go further back here. You see Fingers now putting the Deem under pressure. Fingers absolutely on the move in the early phase of this race. He goes to the racing line. He'll try and go down the outside. They'll go side by side into the last chicane, but Nadeem gets out of that. He accepts that Fingers has gone through. And now F. Lewis and Nelly. Is Nelly at the moment out of that last chicane? Has he hit the wall of champions? And Nadeem not taking any risk, driving very, very smart. Mikey picking up his first time penalty. Mikey, the man that usually never gets a penalty, is the first man on the grid to get a penalty. Rage now 1.8 seconds ahead. So he's doing what he needs to do. And look at Mike now on the mediums, really starting to stock these soft compound tyres. Let's go further back. Rob Wills and Shiv, these guys know each other very, very well. So I am sure we will see a very clean fight involving these two. But the biggest gainer so far, SPW, he's had an absolute tremendous start to this race. Can he keep the car in check and get himself up close to that top 6 train? He's going to go through, I think, here in Kristaps. Energy on. Kristaps will defend the inside line. He's not going to put up much of a fight here. He'll pull back in behind. SPW goes through. Into the last chicane. He goes a bit wide. That's going to cost him to... Oh! And Kristaps has touched him round there. Did SPW manage to keep himself out of damage? Wow, wow, wow. And the car control there. So Mike and Mikey going side by sides. Mike has to take a little bit of a glance there. And look at Nick waiting to pounce. The squeeze will come on. They all have DRS. So it's a drag race now up to turn 6 under the bridge. Are they still going to go side by side? Yes, they are. And Mikey will get squeezed out. Mike had to get the squeeze on. I don't know if Mikey will be pleased. And look at this. There's ENTSJ being opportunistic, and Mikey now down the inside into the open, and ENTSJ has a big moment in traction. He nearly drops the rear of the car, has to just totally get out of that one. And can Nick, look at Nick, 85% energy. He is absolutely flying. And does Nick become the out-and-out favourite? But he picks up a penalty, and look at this now. Mikey will come back through, energy on. Nick now accepts that Mikey's going to go through, and they return the position of SPW into the pits. He picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as does Dixie, also pick up a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that is not going to help their cause coming to the end of the race. So 5 laps down, a 7th of the way into the race. Let's go, THJ, good to see you fast. He's having a good race as well. I gave him some advice pre-race, just don't push too hard, keep your head down, don't get penalties, because people will pick them up, and they are absolutely happening now, and he's driving a solid race. Best of the rest of the moment, leading this midfield train. Driving nice and comfortable. Mike now with the fastest lap of the race in a 12.0. So his medium tyres really starting to work. Mike starting to look punchy. Oh, what happened to Jay? No, did Jay drop out of 1? No, you farsa, don't look. Nadeem, I think, will get through as well. I think he will hold P12. He just needs to let the tyre temperature settle now. Couple of corners just to let them come back into the window, and then just get back to what he was doing. This green fingers now pits. Another man on that soft compound tyre had enough, and there's a yellow flag. Sector 1, what's happened there? I think that's maybe just somebody letting traffic through. So we need, Will might get the exit on the hairpin. He seemed to get a much smoother launch than Con. Con down on the energy. Mike choosing not to push at the moment. I think Mike knows. 2 guys in front of him are on the soft compound tyre. He knows his race is later. And he'll feel that if he's within 5 seconds of the lead on this strategy, he'll not need to stress. As I say that, he will push to the outside of Con. And round he goes. That's a nice move there for Mike. Round the outside, turn 1. And through he goes with his medium compound tyre. Gap to rage 3.4 seconds. Will we see Mike close that down? Dixie, Chubby Slug and SPW all about to be intertwined in a battle. This should be an interesting one. Are they all on the hards? 1 medium, 2 hards. Oh, and there's been a yellow flag. Is that somebody out? It's Kristaps. It's not. He's just round. And I'm amazed that these guys are still in the race. That is stunning. Kristaps has somehow smashed the wall there and still get pretty much all of his win. Nude Potato now in that lead battle picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. He is pushing on though, trying to put Mike under pressure. Rob Wills into the pits. Skarma picks up his first time penalty of the race also. Yellow flag, sector 3, somebody's dropped it out, the hairpin, I think that was glow sticks. He's got the car back going again. Has he got any damage? I'm not sure. Chris steps now into the pits. Oh, let's go Nick on Mikey here. Through he goes. In the DRS zone. Nick, of course, on that medium compound tyre. And we've seen there Con get through it. And did Mike get damaged there? Let's stay with Mike. It'll be interesting to see. We'll be able to tell into turn 1. No, I don't think he did. And now Mike and Nick with each other on track. Will they just go to work together? Or is this a fight to the death? And Nick picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. Again, not going to help that lead fight. And look, not even a third of the way into the race, and almost, well, in fact, more than half of the grid has time penalties. So Mike not pushing on. I think he's just going to wait, let these soft guys get off their tyre. Rage is not pulling away at front. Let's see how he's getting on in the energy. Up, down at 16%. Rob Wills now with the fastest lap of the race, an 11.9. He's down in P13 at the moment. This train though behind Con continues. Gap 3.1 seconds. It's going out a little bit. And Nick still with the energy. This guy's energy management is impeccable. So will we see him push for a move here? Because he is a threat to Mike. He closes off the DRS. That's how confident Nick is at the moment. He is chill. Oh, and he has a bit of an oversteer moment there. Oh, somebody's out. Who's that that was round? It's Mikey. Mikey's dropped the car out the last corner. I thought he was out, but somehow he's managed to not lose the tyre off the wall. People need to be careful. There's some wings sitting out that fast chicane. Not pick up any damage. And Mikey was right up there as well. Mikey right on pace with these front guys. It's the fastest I've seen him in race terms in a long time. And that's super unfortunate. Oh, and Cons went round as well. No, everybody having spins in lap 11. What is happening? Is that another Red Bull round again? Oh, and the Red Bull boys here could be looking at a double stack or something they'll need to be careful of. Nike just hemorrhaging lap positions at the moment. Look at Skarma up there in P6 now. Shiv P5, Ryan Sam up to P8 in the medium comp up from P12 to P4 on that medium compound tyre, the Shiv picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. That is not something you want to be picking up. So Mike and Nick starting to really eat into Rage's lead now. Let's go back to this fight here. Well, we see SPW make a move on Fingers. Chris Stups now and Chubby Slug. Slips down the outside. And through he goes. Chubby Slug picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. Nick picks up another time penalty for multiple warnings. That is super unfortunate. Is he going to choose now to use some of that energy? I think oh my god, Nick has a lot of pace on tap, and I'd like to see him just go and use it. Like, he's got the penalties now, he's got nothing to lose, he's just driving away. And look at Rage ahead. Really being pulled in now by Mike and Nick. 1.5 seconds the gap, it's halved in 2 laps. And I wonder if Rage will feel that there was a missed opportunity because he knows the pace was in the car on the to not qualify in the mediums, like only going P7, like if you could have got a better lap and been like top 5 like Mike. And Matoman is out for now, he's had enough at the moment. Oh. So Fingers letting the traffic go through. So that is just, I think, Dixie's car coming out of the pits. It was. So Nick did get through on Mike. Look at this now, Nick really pushing his Rage, going to go into the pits, and yes he is, Rage is away into the pits. So now the battle between Mike and Nick is really on. I assume we are being raided, Adam. And that's why both you and Matt left. Just a yes or no. I don't even know if he's listening. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Who knows? Oh, you're going to join me to send a little... Oh, okay. Okie dokes. Coming now. Oh, no, you're already invited, Adam. The chat is with you, sir. So Rob Wills having a little nose at F. Lewis. Nothing going to come. of it this time, but I think we can see Rob Wills push through. No penalties, of course. DRS open. F. Lewis is not going to put up too much of a fight. Rob Wills with the overspeed 3 goes now up inside the top 6 for Rob, and starting to string together a very, very nice, tidy race. Scum as well up in P5. He's doing very well. Good evening, Mr. Dixie, aka Adam.
Mate.
How are we doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I lost power with my throttle. My throttle wasn't working whilst in front of Stephen, and I just dropped too far back, rage, and that was going to lap me, so it became pointless.
I will not lie, when you and both Matt went into the pit at the same time, I thought we were being raided.
No, 100% don't know why Matt retired. He didn't say anything. I think maybe just
One of the
race,
yeah.
the start, whatever. But mine, I couldn't. In front of Stephen down, or coming through sector 1 and 2. At one point, I just lost power on the throttle, pushing it and nothing. So
the SPW gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. Nick picks up another 3-second time penalty. Who did?
Stephen, he left the party being quali, so I think he's going to sweat it out, but it's obviously not going too well.
Yeah, and Mike there gets through on Nick. We were on board with that. So Mike now takes control of the race. Nick, of course, got all the penalties, so let's see. Rage's gap to Mike is 15.2 seconds. So if Mike was to box, gap would be 5 seconds, but of course Mike is not going to pit right now, and there's a yellow flag. It's SPW gets it.
Yeah, I think he's, yes.
Oh, and retired on track. Naughty boy.
Very naughty. Oh no, he's hit the wall. I'm sure I just see a bit of wind on the wall.
Yeah, but I think he just paused. I don't know what happened to Chubby. We do not know.
At the start,
Oh
got
yeah.
it clean.
By
Why he
whom?
retired after that? I don't know. Let me ask him. Let me do some investigating.
So Nick coming back at Mike, he picks up another time penalty, and there's a big moment out of the last corner, so that will probably compromise his run down the main straight here to get a move into turn 1. Mike will hold him off for now.
Oh, what happened to fingers?
What
What happened to fingers?
I think he just retired in the pits.
Oh, okay, another one. Another quitter. He's a quitter like me.
Yeah, Skarma into the pits now from P5.
He's having another good race. Good race yesterday. He's having another good one now.
Yes, don't know what's happened to him, but yeah, he's been driving very well.
He has been. Well, the gap's coming down with rage. Nick's penalties are disgusting.
What are they at? Let's see.
15.
Ooh.
Nah. I mean, I said Rage was 9, and so far he's proven me wrong. Fair play to Mr. Rage. Skarma is not 12. No, is he on 12? Yes, he's on 12. So Skarma's heading for 18, like he told me earlier.
Is that what he said?
Yes, he said, yeah, I like Canada and the 18 seconds of penalties, so 2 more to come.
Oh, Skarma now going through and Ranger into the hairpin. They're side by side. Skarma goes all the way around the long way, and that's a good move there from Skarma. He's starting to build some racecraft in this speed.
I mean, at last, it's only taken a few years, isn't it?
I know.
Oh, Mike, penalty. Ooh.
And Mr. Rage now will feel very, very good about that. Adam, can you go into Race Director and tell me how many warnings Rage has?
Yes. Oh, he has 2. So he's on the verge. He's on the verge of the pen. I mean, I'm getting a massive explanation from Matthew here. He's been typing for about 10 years.
Could just be his fat fingers.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I have that issue. But they're old and back. I don't know where Nick's got all his place from.
He's been very quick today.
He has.
And I think we're going to see ENTXJ go through and Ranger next lap around.
Okay, right, so this is Matthew's explanation. He done a dive bomb into green fingers and Chris taps and almost took both out end of sector one. And after the first lap hit, he lost all motivation. Hards were horrible, kept having to correct himself, so I thought it was best he retire and come back Wednesday cleared.
Fair enough.
Yep, very fair, very honest. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So there you go, Chris. If you're still watching, that's exactly what happened to Chubby.
Yep, and that is why he retired. Rage is reining him in now.
So what is the gap to the leader now?
10.7.
11.4.
11.4, or maybe 11.4. My maths is great.
See if you just bring your spectator menu up, Adam, you can see.
Yeah, well, that would be the easy way to do it, wouldn't it?
That is a very good point. And
yeah,
we know you do not do things easy. So.
No, I was trying to use my little peanut head.
Peanut. So where is the fight? Nude Potato starting to hunt down Shiv. I think this will be an easy overtake here. DRS open.
What is... Oh, do you know what? I thought Rob in front was just going really slow then, but he wasn't. Or is he?
Who's that?
Rob. Just seemed like he was going very slow down the straight. I could be wrong.
No, I think he's good. Look at that, Mr. Rage, the only man in the top 8 without that penalty as well. Somebody else round, who's that? I think it could be Glow Sticks.
I'm going to agree with Glow Sticks. Yeah, it's Glow Sticks. So, Rage is now 10.7 behind Mike.
So the gap is coming down.
Yes, yeah.
And Mike now in the pits, Adam. Mike and Nick both soft tires on. The 14 lap stint to the end. Nick just gets held a little bit there compared to Mike, so probably lost out a second.
So
half a second.
Rage needs to clear Ryan's hand quick, because Mike is coming.
But I think if Rage is smart, he's not going to fight Ryan on Nick or Mike. He'd be happy to let them go through and then just go on the DRS all the way to the finish. They've got the penalties, so he doesn't need to put himself in a stupid position. He just needs to keep his nose clean, and the penalties will be what gets him the victory.
And especially after the week he had at France last week.
Yeah, but a great way to bounce back.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so what is that? That is Rage low on the DRS. Ryan Sam has an abundance. Mike's got tons. Nick's got tons.
And look, the gap between Mike and Nick was like 0.8 of a second into the pits. Nick 2.6 this outlap, so that's he'd lost about 1.5. I seen the hold in the box. I don't understand why he was held either, but it was.
Can't makes the move on Rob down the back straight. And Shoot isn't far behind. Ranger for a second time penalty. So Ranger has 12 seconds.
Nadeem coming on ENTXJ. Well, we see a move here into the chicane. It'll be a big dive. It's not going to come this time around. We may
That's
see
how
it
I
into
got
turn
my
1.
3-second penalty. I was alongside Matt coming into it and I just cut it, so neither of us collided.
That's the only thing about going for the move there. It's so tricky.
I had the DRS, and it just still came so late, so I was just like, yeah, let's bite the bullet and get a penalty.
So I think this is going to be the lap that Mr. Rage goes through, Adam. 0.2 of a second now to Ryan Sam. Ryan Sam messes the apex a little bit, and yep, this is definitely going to be the one Ryan Sam's not even going to get in his way. He's just going to let him go through.
I mean, Ryan Sam, he's been a great addition to OTL on a Monday.
Yep. Good, solid top 6 driver.
Yeah, 100%. And he's straight in the box, Ryan Sam. And,
very good stint on that medium tyre.
Who's going to be our first driver to... Oh, it's too late. Nick's already done the 18 seconds of penalties.
This Nick got it.
He has. Well done, Nick. You won something.
So,
this guy.
now there is no DRS gaps. It's going to be 11 laps of stalemate, I think.
Well, I think a couple more laps, Michael will be in DRS. Yellow flag sector 3.
Just in the pits, I think.
Who has retired?
Nobody. For some reason, Nadeem was just getting a yellow flag in the pits.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with Scopely logic. Scopely and Codemasters. Talking about a different game then. Because I was looking at it on my phone.
You're a silly man.
Oh no, I try.
I
Mike's cab is it's not coming down as fast as I thought.
No?
I thought Mike would be pushing. He's got an abundance of VRS, or more than rage anyway.
Maybe once they hold it though, just use the tyre creeping slowly. So he's got some energy to use to get through. Although the gap's coming down a bit now. So I think Mike may have heard exactly what you said, and he has really started to push on now, Adam. Gap.
Yeah, he wants to
pretty much 1.4. Yep. I think I would too.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
Shiv into the pits. No crap talkers about Iron Brew today, Jock, don't worry. And my co-coms, man, although be English, she loves this stuff as well, so...
I bought 2 bottles of it today.
Oh, there you go.
Love
the classic stuff, Mikey, being released there from ENTXJ.
Yes, the classic stuff. We don't buy that can poo.
It's good, mate, it is good. I do enjoy it. I'm not so keen on the like normal Iron Brew now because they took all the sugar out, but the classic stuff, the 1901 stuff, was very good. Had good old bottle of ginger, yep. You're absolutely right, mate.
That new Iron Brew advert still cracks me up as well now. Absolutely gets me every time.
So here we go, Adam, sorry to jump in on you, but Mike is in the range of Mr. Rage. The race is on. With 9 to go.
Rob is falling back as well. JNTX has just got through Rob.
Rob's just come out the pits.
Oh, okay, right, fair enough. Okay. I'm glad you was paying attention.
Yeah. So, I think this is the time, Adam. Here comes Mike. Mr. Rage will go to the racing line. Mike will just go through. And the question is now, can Rage hang on to the back of Mike, or does Mike pull away?
Oh, my, he's gone through the DRS already. No, whatever. Shh. That's 1.2 already. That's wow. Mike's gone.
Yeah, he's just driving away. That shows the power of the alternate strategy at Canada. It's the reason I like to start in the medium compound tyre, because if you can clear the traffic on that soft, it's just so quick at the end of the race. The only problem is Mike's only going to be quick till about 31, and then Rage could pull him in. So Mike's got to get the gap in the next 3 or 4 laps. Anything above 3.3 seconds, I think, is going to be a hard job. But of course, Mike's got the penalty, so he needs to probably get the gap up to about 4 seconds if he can, which I think would be tricky because Ray seems to have settled into a bit of a rhythm. Let's go back. Mikey and Rob Wills now about to get enthralled in a battle.
Rob's not making those. Where's Starmer? P6 is Starmer?
Yeah, he's driving a great race, although he does have 15 seconds in penalties. And a lot of guys behind him.
He's got 3 more to go though. Oh, Nick's got 21 seconds, so Nick is gonna. They're going to drop 2 places at the moment, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mike has another oversteer snap. Mike now get that gap out. 2.2 seconds. The papaya man.
I'd love to see what his tyres were. No energy for Rage. Nick, no energy. Old naked nude potato has energy.
Ah, don't worry, Glow Sticks. It's been a while, man. You gave it an effort. That's all we can ever ask, man. So Mr. Rage, 6 to go. Can he keep the penalties down? Gap 2.4 seconds. Has Mike had any more warnings, Adam, after his penalty? Rob Wills gets through and Skarma.
He got 3 warnings by lap 4.
Wow.
And then lap 19 he got a penalty and a warning. He's had nothing since.
Nah, so he's Mike has warnings in the bank. He probably won't pick up another time penalty. So he's got more of a reason to push than Mr. Rage does at the moment.
Yeah, Rage is bordering on the pen. Nearly all at the back, but Nelly's not well, so we'll forgive Nelly. Hey, Skarma's done it. 18 seconds worth of penalties. Yes! He predicted it. Wow. Well, YSM's now got 12 seconds. So Lewis Nadeem. Oh, Rage has picked up 3 seconds.
Oh, and that's gonna be it.
That is it. Game over. Unless Mike picks up another.
That's it, but as you say, the warnings are low, so...
Yeah. I feel like Canada's one of those races, when it gets going, it gets very boring to commentate on.
It is a tricky one. It's okay while there's divers in the DRS, but for some reason, after that pit stop, especially when most divers are on that alternate strategy, it just kind of messes the gaps up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a cat crawling all over me at the moment.
I'm not going to say what I wanted to say.
Don't chew cables.
Oh. See, you need to charge all those cables up, mate.
I was trying to chew my headset cable.
Ooh. Tell you what, cat, I'll come and deal with you. Trouble we went through over a headset with young Christine here.
You're right.
Yeah, the gap's just increasing now, 3.2. I mean, New Potato will get P3 from Nick. Rob will take... No, Rob won't. Oh, Nadeem is the only man on track without a penalty now. So fair play to that young man.
Sorry, I don't... Excuse me.
Go on, go on.
Ow.
Someone's got their claws into you, mate. Mikey will gain on Skarma. No, Mikey just goes through Skarma.
I'm back.
You are back.
Back to the chat. Super comms team. Good evening, Leon. Nice to see you. You not missed much, Leon. It's been quite a quiet race in normal terms for OTL. I think Canada's just that type of track. It's a bit of a stalemate circuit.
bit of a Singapore.
Yeah, there's just not much opportunity that really comes in where the DRS zones are. I think turn 1's the really only big overtaking opportunity. Maybe down into the hairpin. It's not even a DRS zone. Otherwise, the back straight, unless you're convincingly ahead down into the braking zone for the last chicane, going side by side is just dangerous. I think we'll see Ryan Sam go through on Nude Potato here. Ryan Sam looking for P4 on track. And there's rain started to fall, Adam.
Ooh.
It is raining on track, so being on that medium compound tyre now could be a disaster. Now the question is, two to go, how hard will it come? Because if this rain comes very hard, this could get very, very tricky for the drivers indeed.
Just touch for a second. I'm going to ride on board with Mike and see how he's coping.
Did you know it was forecast to be wet?
I did. Only by other people's chatter, because I didn't look at the weather myself, because I just didn't. But there was a dispute that you wouldn't be racing long enough for the rain to hit the track. So I will say this now, Rage, you was wrong, Matthew was right.
Oh. So is this why Rage started on the softs?
No, I don't think so. He didn't think the rain would come. Oh. He didn't think the rain would make it while I was racing.
I don't think it'll materialise, of course, too much. There is 2 laps to go. If it gets heavy enough, it could get tricky. But I don't think it's heavy enough at the moment to cause big alarm.
Just Winston is Mike still going on full throttle through some of these corners.
Yeah, I think there's still plenty of grip. Yeah, grip still looks very good in the track. Tyre temperature's the biggest thing. As long as you're keeping temperature in the tyre, I think it's okay.
I mean, the gap's not going any further now. It's been at 4.0. No, it's coming down a bit. Saying looks like could be trying to make a move on Nude.
So I don't think Kemby's going to pit for the intermediate tyre. No way in hell. It's just if it gets heavy this last lap, it's going to be very sketchy for the guys.
It's going to be a very slow last lap.
And I'm telling you, it's starting to show raindrops on the track. This could start getting quite tricky for these guys here.
Rage is bringing the time down. It's down to 3.5 now. All it's going to take is one slip up.
Is OTL about to have their own Russia moment? And the track is starting to get pretty slippy, Adam.
I mean, Mike's doing fantastically well there. Doing fantastic in these horrible conditions. I mean, I can't take it away from any of them.
Poor, yeah, I agree, Jock. Poor Lando. So there we go, and we're going to see, I think that was a Ferrari, go very deep. Mike's car just not come in at all, and it is tricky for the guys. The weather has played a part in the end. I don't think it's going to get wet enough. It's just about getting it through the last chicane now. And Mike will take the round 9 checkered flag. He wins in Canada. Mr. Rage P2. Nick, a solid dive in P3, but the penalties, I think it's going to lose them out to Nude Potato. I think Nude Potato will get back to P4. He does get P3. Sorry, yep. Yes, Ryan Sam, very good job in P5. Rob Wills as well, very good job, P6. Very interesting in the weather at the end there, so Some guys hanging on. There's still some things going on here. F-Lewis and Skarma still having a bit of a battle. All over the road. But I think F-Lewis will go through. Mikey will come home in P7. Shiv P8. ENTXJ P9. But he gets P8. Shiv drops to P9. F-Lewis will be P10. Skarma P11. And they will stay P11 because Ranger behind. There's quite a few penalties coming home in a very, very wet track by this point. And then Nadeem.
Nadeem with no penalties. I mean, that has to be mentioned. Only man on track without penalty.
Yes. Oh, I'll see you in a minute,
Cleo.
I'll see you in a minute. Right, let's get our men in. Mike and Rage. I concur. I will call it now. That would be also mine. It's a very easy decision. Yes, but... Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I get what you were saying. I was agreeing anyway. I do agree. He was the guy I had in mind, so... Nah, he sucks. Yes, oh yeah. Soft 72%, I boxed 3 laps early, but what a race. Glad you enjoyed it. Yes, Rob, thank you for joining us. Jock, sorry. I will see you then. SPW said super comms team. He's super silly.
Stephen is just such a super nice guy.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a sook.
It's just who he really is. It's just who he really is. Evening, Michael.
So a race winner joins us. Good evening, Mike.
Hello, hello, hello.
Very good job, young man. Alternate strategy. You're the only man, I think, inside the top 7 to do it. And it turned out to be the right call.
Yeah, I mean, I expected the rain to come a lot sooner, so that's why I kind of one-stopped. I was going to two-stop, but I decided not to because of the rain. And yeah, I just kind of went the extra 2 laps because I knew I had to have fresher tires done rage to kind of get the penalty gap.
Yep.
So I decided to go the extra, I think it was 2 laps, maybe 3, just to, you know, give myself that extra bit of kick chasing him down, because I knew if Rage was only gaining like a second a lap or less, like 5/10 a lap at times, I knew I could take that risk because I'd have the fresher tire which would just eat that up, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, it was kind of an interesting first stint with Mikey and Con, but after that really nothing really happened. It was kind of just chasing Rage down, and then
Yeah, just seeing your medium out and then knowing that you're always going to have to just make that one overtake in the overlap of the stints near the end. And once you get up to Rage, I think when you're on the overlapping tyre, it's very powerful here.
yeah, it was insane. I didn't expect to blow past him that easy, like it, but it really just gave me a kick out of the last corner and bang.
And of course that gives you the championship lead back. Getting into next week, it swings again.
Mike lost the championship lead.
And I think that could be the theme of the season, or do you hope to hold the lead for some time now?
Look, this game is a very frustrating game, and a lot of the tracks coming up are just not great tracks, so for like ABS and stuff like that, so I really just want to hold on to it, but I don't think I will.
So you hope to hold on, but you expect it to go between yous?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? And just a quick one, Mike, before we finish. The conditions at the end, were they tricky?
Yeah. The tires were going, and then also, like, just no grip in the, like, hairpin, so I was losing a lot of time under braking there. Everywhere else you were kind of able to continue as normal, but that last hairpin was an absolute disgrace.
Sorry, Mike, I'm just trying to get Conan. Yeah, so was there any thought of intermediate tyres there, or just it's not worth it, right? With such little laps, just always see the tyres out and hope for the best?
Yeah, like, what's it called? The rain was forecast to come, you know, like the second tile to the left.
Uh-huh.
It was forecast for there, and the last tile was dry, so I was always planning to go on inters eventually. But it just never happened.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was a weird one for sure.
So, still, Mike, you get the win. It's a very, very good drive. Once you get that first penalty as well, you never picked up anything after that. I think the first penalty was just you settling down. And then after that, you just kept your head down. I don't think you picked up one warning after that at all. And you got them very early in the race, I think by like lap 4.
I think I had them lap 1. I'm not
He had,
gonna
he
lie.
had, he had, he had all three. He had 3 warnings lap 1.
So, you've done 34 laps here without getting a warning, which is a very good effort. Very good job
Yeah.
on the win, sir. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Mr. Rage, or P2 man, good evening.
Good evening.
I think you maybe kicked yourself a little bit. You were in such a good rhythm, keeping that penalty away. I think it was always going to be tough. The first question I wanted to ask you was, do you feel the medium tyre run in qualifying was not what you wanted it to be? Or were you always going to go to the soft to start?
No, I always wanted to start on the mediums.
Just P7, just didn't feel it a bit far down?
No.
So you wanted to be
Just
at the front?
Based off what happened last week, me being down in the pecking order doesn't go well. So I thought, if I want to have a clean race, then I've got to be up there in pole or second.
Yep.
So that's the only reason. And to be honest, it almost worked. Why didn't you get another pen, Mike? God damn it! But also,
Apologies.
why I turned in a lot earlier into that left-hander? I don't.
You know why Michael didn't get another penalty?
Go on, Adam.
Because he's the champion, isn't he? You know.
That's right, Adam.
Which is right. Yes. He is.
No, that's
He is the
exactly it.
reigning
Champions don't do that sort of thing.
So
Are
other
you
than that,
insinuating?
oh, sorry.
Just Adam is insinuating something there to Rage.
Oh fuck!
Hey,
Sorry. Excuse my language.
Mr. Rage. So other than that, some good points. You were right there or thereabouts, you know. The opposing strategy, I think, just gave Mike the advantage at the end. I think it'd have maybe been a bit different if you'd kept the penalty down. You'd have maybe hunted them a bit harder in the closing laps. But I think once you picked up that penalty, it was. I think you just kind of accepted it was P2, and that's what it was going to be, kind of thing.
I literally said it as soon as I got that pen. I'm like, that's the race when gone.
Yeah, I think Adam
needed-
said it spot on in comms as well, like straight away.
I needed to not get that pen to give Mike that, to make him keep pushing to possibly get the extra 2 warnings and then the pen. But yeah, well, he ain't gonna make that mistake.
Yeah, I did call it. Apologies for the language. I am on rust, and somebody was attacking somebody. So, and then I shot my teammate. My bad.
No, let's not.
If that teammate was Matthew
No,
Walker,
let's not do Rust talk on stream, please.
Well, I had to give you the explanation on the swearing.
So yeah, well, Rage, damage limitations. You know, when Mike's winning, you just need to be second.
Yep.
That's sort of the best you can do. So very
Plus,
well
he
done.
didn't get fastest lap either, so that's alright.
Ooh.
He didn't get that point.
There you go, Mike. Another one. No fastest lap for you.
I mean, P1 in it.
Oh.
I got the pole point, so
You're still second, so
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Con, are you here? P3. A well thought P3 for you today as well, Con. Did you enjoy that one? How did your race go? You started on the softs as well, right? You recovered very well after that though. Yep. And of course, you see the penalties starting to stack up in front. At what point did you realise, oh, I'm going to get back to P3 here? So once you've seen the penalties, just settle down and then know that the podium's going to come anyway. That's a good job today, Con, and of course, in championship terms, you're slowly starting to keep yourself and solidify that P3 slot. I think that will get you ahead of Nelly now and put you into P3 in the championship. So I wonder if we will see yourself, Nelly, Mike and Rage trade blows for the season, because I think there's some tracks coming up where the strength goes between each driver. You've got to do it for us oldies, Con.
I mean, Rage is older than you. Rage is older than you, Chris.
No, no.
Yeah.
What?
We'll talk ages in a minute. Adam, are you still here?
I am still here.
Do you have anything for the gentlemen's?
Well, congrats, Mike. Con, I knew he'd turn into the old Con when he came back. And Rage just is being Rage and kind of sucks a little bit.
Love you too, Adam.
So on the Rage sucks note, we have one last thing to call. I did call it a little bit before, we'll call it again at the end of the stream in case Jedson shouts at me because he missed it. Your driver of the day, and today it is Ryan Sam. So on that note, OTL is finished for this week. HOR will be live on Wednesday and OTL back next Monday. We will see you then.